that was supposed to go through the center of this district and into the void toward the neighboring asteroid. Only a couple of its spans were built, and even those lie in ruins. Still, if the cache survived after all those years, it is there somewhere. The second location is the Lantern of the Great Cathedral. A lantern is a small tower on top of a dome. You've seen Footfall's atrium, haven't you? The whole atrium is just the nave of the former little cathedral. The liege's entire so-called palace would have fit inside what was meant to be naught but a single room. The Great Cathedral, had it been built, would have been even bigger. But alas, its construction was just getting underway when Dwayne died and the work stopped. The lantern from its dome, however, had already been built and survived. It was brought inside the atrium and dubbed the Chapel of St. Drusus the Warrior. That's all I know. I wish you luck in your search. I must take my leave. Good luck to you. Medicaid 90.
Oh, yes.
Poorly washed plates plastered with remnants of unsightly food. Alright, open this door. Box of goods, cargo, yoink. Hold on, there was like a bag here or something I missed. Yoink. Eldrads I could ever get into XCOM. Well, the XCOM thing was only when I was talking about, like, firing lines, right? Like, for example, if you're in a fight here, and you have a person stand in the doorway, they can get shot, right? But if they stand here, they can shoot out, and they will use part of the doorway for cover. Quite simply, it just means that the enemy has a lower % chance of hitting you, right? So it rewards you for standing next to a wall or behind a box, things like that, when you're fighting. That's all I meant by it. It's not XCOM in all the ways. Oh, that guy just shot himself. Okay. Oh, by the throne. That's him, isn't it? The poor sap who got his tongue cut out by the anvers. That's the one. I think he was from the Casbalica. Well, his troubles are over now. Awareness. The upholstery of this dirty sofa moves slightly. A soft hissing can be distinctly heard from the depths of the furniture. What the hell? Riza. The woman appears to be in her 40s, and she's surveying you with interest. Her right eye appears almost black against her dusky skin, while her left eye emits a greenish light filtered through the smudged lens of a prosthesis. Her arms are tattooed all the way from the base of her shoulders to her knuckles. Oh, she actually has a picture. Looking for something specific. You're buying or maybe selling. Don't be shy, just ask. Old Riza knows all kinds of folks. My boys will fetch you anything your heart desires. She doesn't know this guy's dead. Grandpa Bakval says hello. Her face breaks into a broad smile. That old rascal, I thought he'd croaked in the mines a long time ago, but old man Bakval's still alive and kicking, you say. Me and him have been through a lot of interesting scrapes together, and oh, all the weird and wonderful things we've acquired. Bakval wouldn't send his regards along with just anyone. You must have done him a good turn. Because of that, old Riz is going to give you a special discount. You've gained a 5 PF discount on items from the Fellowship of the Void faction. Let's see what you have to offer. Alright, let's see. Plus 10% parry reduction, 5% armor pen for melee. Alright, yoink. Let's see, intoxicating elixir, yay drugs. Some medkits, always good.
75 months straight. Hope you have a good stream, Mukluk Bobble.
Hey, FCC! Doing great. Thank you for the continued support, buddy. Really appreciate that. When the wielder attacks with a ranged weapon at a 1-cell range, they also inflict bleeding. Bayonet knife. Alright. Big thank you, FCC. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mr. Mattyman says, back when I was a kid, one of my classmates had a snake, and every time it escaped, it always crawled into their sofa, and then it didn't come out till it was hungry. Of course, I have to be here when I can be. Appreciate that. Let's see. Don't think I need to cash out on most of my stuff for this right now. Alright, so we got another faction unlocked that we could sell to. Wait, there's like a box or something we missed over here. What is that? It's a safe on the wall. Pascal? Alright, there we go. Okay, I think we've picked this place clean. So now we can do Jay's quest and try to get her to join the squad. Shadow quarters. You know, all of the familiars are pretty cool, but I really like the Cyber Eagle. Like because like the dog, sometimes you're like dog attack, and then it's like, oh, I only have enough movement to move halfway there. I can't attack it this turn. But the eagle just like it can always get to where you want it to be. On a void ship at 40k, I'd imagine there's something worse than a snake inside a hissing sofa. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's probably freaking like a nurgling or something. Speaking of, did you save the Honey Town whatever from the alien Nice Day for Fishing? Yes. Yes, I did. Also, one thing was really crazy, if you weren't here for it, Rowan, the guy who was the voice actor for Nice Day for Fishing, ain't it? He raided me during the final boss battle. So him and like 100 people from his community popped into my chat and were cheering me on right when we were fighting the final boss. And then we talked with him for a few minutes. It was pretty cool. And like I didn't know his Twitch name, which was Rowan. I didn't know him on that. So I didn't recognize him at first, but then chat went crazy and then I realized who it was through them. The container is sealed shut on all sides. You notice the remnants of metallic tags have been cut. Shireen, I'm here. What a joy it is to see you. Follow me, please. Okay, so this is where we try to get her goods back. I wonder what Shireen means. Clearly, she's saying it like to address me, like, you know, like dude. Shadood.
Is aiding a smuggler an endeavor worthy of a rogue trader?
You're just jealous. She swigs Armor Second wears revealing clothes, while your only outlet is praying.
I don't think that was the insult you think it was, Adira. The container is airtight. You get the feeling this was originally a standard box for transporting non-fragile cargo that was then sealed manually. Alright. This is a lot of probably explosive barrels. I'm a bit nervous here. Alright, you know what?
In the shadows of the Imperium's ignorance,
Alright, so I just moved forward with just the tank. He can hopefully survive if something stupid happens. Prepare for battle, get your characters in position. Alright. I just noticed music's not playing, that's odd. Alright, start battle. Okay, let's do...
Isn't this a job for the
back
service?
line. Front line.
I'm not accustomed to being
Okay.
ordered around.
Where is Adira?
Me?
Give Adira a
If you
turn.
insist, Lord Captain.
Put the bird there. And give everyone more dodge and parry. Okay. And let's do the curse thing on that combat servitor. That's the permanent debuff that starts spreading.
A dance of blades and shadows.
Oh, wow, that did very little damage.
I shall not fail. The shadows will see it done.
Okay, that one did a lot more.
As the tenants demand.
Ah, parried. Ah, I told you I was scared of the barrels. I told you.
Aim for the heart next time.
Out of my way. Let's get to it.
Alright, she already did AoE dodge buff. We could do this buff now. And let's see. Could do lightning. That would hit her. Oh, there. Oh, that's good. That'll kill 3.
Of course, be gone.
Alright, and we could throw a dodge on her because she wasn't in range earlier.
Living on the edge.
There's Jay. Jay throws a grenade.
Let's get to it. Time to throw. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Guys, I think we're going to get to it.
Step by step, I lead. What if?
Alright, taunt.
Schemes within schemes.
And put dog on standby. Woo! Oh, we all dodged it. Wow. Let's see. I think either most of the things she says are either nonsense made up 40k words or references to IRL words that would change to imply that they have changed during the intervening 40k years. Makes me think of Cyberpunk a little bit. Choom. we're gonna clep that.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Alright, this might hit Muck a
As the
little.
Emperor demands
Okay,
I
it didn't.
act.
But she didn't hit anything at all, so there we go. Pascal still hasn't gotten a turn yet. There we go. Alright. Bait on him. Wait, where is Pascal? Oh, he doesn't have line of sight.
Abide in the host of blessed creations of the Omnissiah.
I'm here, maggot.
Pain is but an illusion.
Okay, Cassia's turn again. I'm gonna try something. Give Pascal another turn.
Tech familiar activated.
Whoa! That hurt.
Abide in the host of blessed creations of the Omnissiah.
Emperor, give me strength.
Oh my god, look at that! Blarg!
In the name
Give
of
Adira an
House
extra turn with no
I
attack
shall
limit.
prevail.
Oh, okay, it said it was Kisbella's turn, then it just was like, never mind. I guess she was stunned or something.
Was beacon.
I know what I'm doing, usually.
Just skip her turn. Ways of command, move.
Scared yet?
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
1 damage.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Dude, this poison gas.
Algorithm. Request approved.
Nice, cat got one.
Still standing.
Ah, so much damage.
Me. If you insist, Lord Captain. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Bite. There we go. What a mess. Thank the throne we didn't come here with just the 3 of us. Can we get out of the poison, please? Shut up and get moving, Core. We need to open the passage into the tunnels and let our guys in. Jay, on your signal? If these Ashmags dared to touch something from the cargo... ... Quest completed, 1 on footfall. 2, 3, 5. Thank the Exalted One. Those Ashmags didn't have time to make off with anything yet. Jay carefully inspects the containers emblazoned with markings from some unknown freight operator and then smiles and touches the comm bead in her ear. Give me 2 minutes, Shireen. I'll send the coordinates to my loyal crew who will deliver my property somewhere safe. And done. Jay removes her hand from her ear and turns to you. We're good. Now, how about we relocate to a more pleasant and private space to discuss the details of our deal, specifically payment for your efforts. Let's go. Jay opens her mouth to reply when you hear the sound of many footsteps behind you. Vladame's agent. Stop right there, in the name of the liege. He just ran into the poison. The gaunt, pale-skinned man in grimy clerical robes glances at you and immediately falls to his knees obsequiously. Your Excellency, please forgive my vehemence, most noble Mukluk. I never expected to encounter such eminent persons in this corner of Footfall. Most noble Excellency? Jay purses her lips slightly and shoots you a confused look. I am Vladame Takar's personal agent. The man hesitates, choosing his words carefully. I came here to remove from criminal circulation a shipment, the distribution of which is banned in the lands of Footfall, horrendous xeno-heresy that has been fraudulently delivered to a bastion of the Holy Imperium. He looks at Jay. I do not doubt for a moment, most noble Mukluk, that your presence here is merely a misunderstanding brought about by another's manipulations. Commerce test succeeded. It is too great a coincidence that the Liege's representative should arrive in the Shadow Quarters just after Jay has recovered her rightful spoils. It seems the guards reported the problems with the shipment over the Vox, and not just to anyone, but to Liege's personal agent. Vladame Takar knew about the shipment from the start and planned to take it for himself and get rid of Jay if he could. Behold, the grubby, underhanded struggle between cold traders. And had it not been for your impromptu deal struck at the bar, Vladame might have succeeded. Also, Leo Rose, thank you for the sub. I don't remember if I said it. I appreciate you. 2, I guess. Jay Hadari, the owner of this cargo, is presently under my protection. Under a rogue trader's protection. Tell your master he should think twice before crossing her from now on. And don't forget to tell him that I'm not mad, but I will be collecting the debt sometime. No, he doesn't even respond. Jay watches him hurry away and then looks at you. I wish I could see Vladame's face when he finds out he almost stepped on the toes of one of the most powerful people in the Expanse. Listen, Muk, I'm genuinely sorry about all this confusion. Vladame and I have had our differences, but I never thought he'd want to clean me out and do away with me in some dark corner. At least not so soon. If you hadn't agreed to our deal, Shireen, my gang and I would already be floating in orbit around one of Footfall's asteroids. And yes, my shipment contains Xeno artifacts, possession of which is a death sentence for any commoner. But you, Shireen, do not strike me as a commoner. If I had told you directly, you would have become, shall we say, complicit. But since those illicit words did not escape my lips, you would merely be agreeing to help an unfortunate soul, me, to capture a few containers. My sincerest wish was to protect you from any unnecessary trouble, Shireen. I swear to the Exalted One, and I do hope that this misunderstanding will not affect our future cooperation. Pascal, this statement is true with the exception that you yourself are an uneducated laywoman and a thief who ought to stay away from the technological perversities of non-humans. I am now requesting your preventative disposal. Wow, Pascal's like, I am now requesting we kill her just in case. Uneducated? Me? I've held things in my hands that you, Cog for Brains, can only dream of in your oil-soaked data fantasies. Stop hiding behind piety and law. You're simply defending your clique's monopoly on anything and everything of interest and monetary value. Tell me about your business on Footfall. The truth of it, and don't leave anything out. Alright then. This isn't my first year in the Expanse. It's not my first year in business either. I've sat at the negotiating table with all sorts, not just loot hunters or smugglers either, but with Xenos, ones intelligent enough to believe that mutual benefit was a better outcome of our meeting than mutual destruction. I know what the Ecclesiarchy has to say about that, but speaking from the bottom of my heart, I know where the line is between an ordinary deal and a betrayal of humanity, and I never cross it. I see nothing wrong with making profit where it does no harm to oneself or the Imperium. She gives you a pearly smile. We think alike, Shireen. Well then, does this mean I can hope for our partnership to continue? A rogue trader could use someone with your talents and connections, Jay. I would like to see you in my retinue. Exalted One bless you and your entire dynasty. I wouldn't say no to marking the occasion properly. It's not every day you embark on a brilliant new business partnership. Dumb and Mukluk, if it is indeed your wish to let this heretic into your retinue, allow me to carve a vow of service into her tongue. Let the pain prevent her from uttering words of deceit and remind her of obedience. What? Don't even think about it, you crazed Kashka, unless you want me to add a few extra bits of lead to the metal adornments on that sulky mug of yours. Argenta regards Jay. It is a strange circle you are forming around yourself, rogue trader. Sister Argenta. Jay gives her an almost lecherous once-over. I've heard all about your deeds on Footfall, but I never would have guessed there was an angelic beauty behind all the idle gossip. And while we're at it, Shireen, when were you going to reveal your true identity to me? Jay cocks her head to one side curiously. I'm infinitely flattered by your attention, but if I had known I was talking to a rogue trader and not an envoy of one, I would have shown some decorum. I wanted to talk like normal people do. For a man of my status, it's a rare treat. I just got this status like a week ago. That is so human, your lordship. I guess people at the top have a lot more in common than regular folk than some might think. Either way, I'm entirely willing to join your retinue. From now on, my knowledge and experience are entirely at your disposal. Oh, and one more thing. If you're interested in a rather lucrative offer, one that can give the Von Valancius Protectorate a leg up, I'd say now isn't the time to be thinking about such things, but once we get back to your ship, perhaps you could spare me a minute, Shireen. Profit factor gained. Alright, so I have... I don't remember why, but just last time... I remember doing this quest last time, but just never had her join the group.
one.
Like, I think she was like, you know, okay, now meet me at the bar. And I went to the bar and tried to talk to her, and she wouldn't respond. And then I could just never got her to join. Okay, so she's an officer. Alright. Which I think means if I make her an overseer, she can get the servo skulls pet, which I've never seen. Sure, we'll try it out. She can get eagle or skulls. Okay. Let's try it. For 1 round, the Servo Skull Swarm gains 10 Fellowship and Int. The effects triggered by its signal abilities affect targets for an additional round. If the signal is replaced with another signal, if the Servo Skull is destroyed, or if the affected target moves away from the Servo Skull. Consolidation. Dashes to their familiar. Medicae signal. At the start of their turn, each ally in a 4-cell radius around the Servo Skull gains wounds and an Overseer Medicae. What? That's so cool! Cannot be more than 90% chance to remove 1 injury. Does not affect unconscious allies. The signal effect lasts until the Servo Skull Swarm is destroyed or uses another signal. At the start of her turn, each enemy in a 4-cell radius around the skull makes a resistance test. Each enemy that fails gains priority target. While this effect lasts, the Servo Skull's armor and dodge are increased for each enemy in the area. Provocation. At the start of the turn, each enemy in a radius makes a willpower resistance test. Each enemy that fails makes a free attack against the closest creature, ally, or enemy. Provocation signal. Alright, let's get Medicae signal. That sounds so neat. Okay. Equipment. Alright, so this is her. She's got a 2-handed chainsword and... Splinter. Oh, these are alien guns. Okay, so she can use alien weaponry. Armored body glove. Plus 10% dodge. Okay. Where's Lore Imperium? Depends on Fellowship instead of Int. Her Fellowship is quite high. Could do that for now. Look at Kizbala's haircut. What? Oh yeah, she's got this really weird... Yeah. It's really weird. It's almost like a lobotomy scar. Yeah, it's a weird one. Also, her, like, tabard tail has got, like, seals all over it. Like CVS receipts. Let's see. What else we got? Iconoclast. When you hit with Deadeye Shot, reduce target's deflection. Allows you to parry melee attacks with a ranged weapon. Let's see. At the end of the wearer's turn, they gain temp wounds equal to the amount of collision damage. Tech use. Does he... What slot would that go in? That would go here. Give her the boots. It's interesting that the boots are the same graphic. The left one has like a knee pad and the right one doesn't. Okay. Formation. Want these two up front. Maybe like that. Okay. Oh, and there's our Servo Skull Swarm.
Others prefer power.
Hold on, let's see it.
Me, well, I'm not that picky.
Look at that.
I'll take both.
Oh, I have an item of that. Plus 10 Fellowship and Intelligence, no damage from area attacks.
What lies beyond?
Okay. Goods. Yoink. Goods, what is this? Once per turn, when the wearer scores a critical hit with a pistol, the next attack of the pistol costs 0 AP.